All right, hey, David's Drummers, this is Christian, and just here today wanting to do lesson number 2. Last week we worked on what I call the 2-and beat, which is the kick right before the snare, this one. This week we're going to be working on what I call the 4-and beat. When I'm teaching drums, I typically do the 2-and, then the 4-and, then the 3-and, and then lastly the 1-and because it's probably the least used. Today we're going to work on a beat. This is actually one of my favorite drum beats that is out there, and it's what it is you're doing the 2 kicks together right before the downbeat. So I'll just demonstrate it here. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So you're counting and you're going kick, 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 snare, kick, 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 snare, kick, 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 snare. So there's like an anticipatory kick beat right before the drum beat. So I'm going to turn on the metronome here, set the tempo. I'll do it nice and slow to start with. We'll do it at 100, and then after that, I'll speed it up a little bit so you can practice along. Okay, here's what I call the 4-and beat at 100 beats per minute. Okay, I'm going to actually speed up the tempo a little bit. Go to let's actually go to 125. 125. Whoops, hold on just a second. And a lot of times when drummers use this, they alternate between what I call the "We Will Rock You" beat. They alternate between that and the 4-and. So the beat will often sound like this. And adding just that one little extra anticipatory beat just is amazing. It's actually one of my favorite drum beats. I'm going to do it again at 150 beats per minute. Now, zoom in here on my kick pedal for just a second. I want to show you there's 2 ways to kick here. Maybe you might even have to get down here to see it. But one is where you do heel down. You can see my heel is down. When I do the 4-and beat, because there's 2 kicks, 2 really, really close together, I actually lift up my heel like this, and I go. So I'm using my thigh muscle as opposed to just my ankle. And it seems like I can get a lot faster response. So it's called heel up kick drumming. Some drummers prefer heel down. I usually do heel down, except when I'm doing this beat, where I'm doing 2. I lift my heel up. All right, so that just a little tip there. Okay, you can zoom back out. I'm going to go to 150. Again, my heel is up, and this is the 4-and beat, and then I'll do the alternating pattern after this. Okay, here's 150. so that's that. The faster you get, it gets harder to do. So you'll hear this beat a lot on songs that are a little slower. You'll hear stuff like that. And then I'll just quickly do the alternating pattern for you. The one, you hear this, a lot of drummers will do this one. This is just a very, I hear it a lot on a lot of worship albums, a lot of records. And this is, I call it the We Will Rock You beat. It's it's kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. But then we're alternating kick, kick, snare, kick, 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 snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, 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 snare. You know, so we're alternating. So I'll just demonstrate that here at 125. Okay, so you get the idea. I messed up one of them, but here's the thing. This is a very useful drum beat. Where people struggle is their hi-hat hand, because you're hitting one of the beats in between the hi-hat heads. So when I was learning this, the way I kind of untangled my brain is I'd go. Just to teach my brain that it could trigger my leg without necessarily having to hit the hi-hat. So once again, 4 and beat. Next week, as a little preview, we're going to work on 3 and I'll just demonstrate it before we go, and then we'll sign off. Here's 3 and. All right, it's the beat right after the snare hit with the kick. But for now, 4 and is what we're going to be working on. Again, I want all of our David's drummers to be able to consistently be able to do all the in-between hits on the kick. The 1 and, the 2 and, the 3 and, and the 4 and. So this week's the 4 and. All right, cool. Thanks so much. See you next week.